What's going on, guys? Claykeysalt here with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius banner review, and this time it is so hype. Literally, guys, one of the best banners to be released to date, rivals the Facebook banner for me. Insane. All of the characters are pretty good to really stellar. A lot of great TMs here, and then Noctis is just flat out OP, maximum damage. Great character all around. So we're just gonna get into the banner review, get hyped. This is gonna be awesome. Alright, guys, so the first character we're gonna cover here is Charlotte, or as I like to call her, Saber from Fate Stay Night. They look very similar. She's coming in at 3-star base, going up to 5-star. However, her 6-star was just released in Japan, and it is very, very strong. I'm not gonna go over what happened to her or what she got, because it could change by the time it gets to global, obviously. But you know, just so you know, she does become 6-star, and I think she rivals somewhere around Cecil and Warrior of Light as far as a tank. Obviously, different uses, things like that. But for right now, I think she's around 3rd best tank in global. Her Trust Mastery is a one that you might want to farm eventually. Equipped Heavy Shield. The reason you would want to farm this is because you would want to put that on your healer, someone like Refia or in the future Tillith. That way they can be even more tanky and survive bigger hits, and you could throw a little bit of spirit on there with some of the shields that you could get, just to add to everything you need, you know, defense-wise and healing-wise. Moving on to the actual character herself, the storyline for her just came out because she is a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius exclusive character, you know, to the game, and there is a shield you can get called the Patriot. Only Charlotte Bay can use it, and essentially it's got good stats on it, and then on top of that it has like an AoE Asuna that she can use because she has a shield on, and it just looks sick. So very, very good shield for her. That will help her in the future too, as far as like making her viable when she gets her 6-star. But for right now, again, 5-star Cecil reigns supreme. We'll get Warrior of Light 6-star soon, so Charlotte's kind of going to be leaving down there. So she is a really good tank. She has cover. She has the whole like jump in front of somebody with damage mitigation too. She has a little bit of viability with killer abilities, but other than that, Charlotte is like, I'm gonna say the booby prize of the banner, but she's just really good and she's future proof. So very, very good pickup here with Charlotte. Our mateys, we're gonna be talking about Mercedes, and she's a pirate, a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius you know, storyline character, just like Charlotte was. Mercedes is a physical damage dealer, a little bit of support with her too, a little bit of debuffing. Coming in at 4-star, going up to 6-star, so it is gonna be harder to get with the yellow crystal drop, but she does go to 6-star, which is awesome. We all want all 6-stars on our team. Her TM is actually pretty good. It is an axe, so it's a little bit weird to be able to equip to a lot of people, but for her it's perfect. It's called the Viking axe. It's going to give you 125 attack, really, really damn high, and then going to give you a water element to that attack. And the reason that's going to be great on Mercedes we'll talk about later, but you know, that's very, very good for her, and then other people also it would be nice for. She has Aqua Killer, meaning that she's going to do more damage to you know, aquatic monsters, water monsters. She has Barrage, which is cool. You know, we all want to have Barrage on our units. It's a very, very strong attack. Then she has Axe Mastery, so that's why you want to put the axe on her. It's going to put her attack up by 50% when wielding an axe, which is insane, right? 50% is a damn lot. Remember, that's based off of your base attack. Then she has War Cry, which is going to boost everybody on your party's attack by 50% for 3 turns. That's like the strongest buff to attack we have besides outside of limit breaks. I'm talking about just, you know, normal abilities. So War Cry is pretty damn good here. And then she has Sea King's Chop. She's going to do physical damage and decrease the water resistance of the opponent by 20% for 3 turns. So it's going to be 1 enemy. And the reason that's really good for her, or in the future Tidus, is they both are based around water elements. And if she has her axe, you know, she's going to lower it down, and then she's just going to chop people to death with the water element because now they've had 20% resist down. So how good is Mercedes? I think she's pretty good. She also has water magic. She's pretty strong. Let's look at the limit break here. Water physical damage to all enemies. So again, water base. That's why you want that axe. It's going to be great for you. And if you use Sea King's Chop first, it's going to do more damage. She's pretty strong. I would rate her somewhere around, you know, COD Bart's level. Not up there with the greats, but she is still pretty strong. And if you're looking for a physical damage unit, will definitely fit into your team. Oh, Chizuru, you are back again. I do believe this is your 3rd banner. So if you guys haven't got a Chizuru yet, talking about you, Wrist, you're gonna have another chance to get her, and my god, you should get her. She's a very, very strong physical damage dealer. She's another FFBE exclusive character to the game. She's not from any other Final Fantasy or anything like that. Her stars go from 4-star, now being upgraded to 6-star. Before she could only go to 5-star, meaning she's very, very viable right now, very, very strong. Her TM is one of the best in the games for physical damage dealers and Blade Mastery, increasing your attack by 50% when wielding a katana. So when you have a katana equipped and you have this material on, it's going to give you 50% attack, which is just stellar all around. I'm not going to harp too much on Chizuru, as I've reviewed her several times already, and I even have a unit spotlight on her. I just want to tell you guys she is very strong. She's a physical damage unit. If you guys want to learn more about her, watch my unit spotlight. I did make a mistake in there talking about the how the defense, like ignore defense, works, but we'll get into that during our Noctis spotlight when I make it this weekend, and I'll explain it better and things like that. So I want to thank all the people out there who did tell me how the ignore defense works, and I'll explain the mechanics to you guys later on when I explain the hybrid damage too with Noctis, and that'll be in the unit spotlight, not in this banner review. So yeah, she's very, very strong. I rate her right above COD and Bartz in terms of a physical damage dealer, but still below Gilgamesh, Elza, Lightning, and Luneth. So be happy about Chizuru because you're getting one of the best TMs in the game and a very, very strong physical attacker. I couldn't believe the amounts of hype that Noctis actually lived up to when he came out. When I saw his abilities, I was like, yes, these are so perfect. This guy is strong in the game, very strong. His kit is so flavorful. They really did this character justice, and it makes me hopeful for characters in the future and about how much flavor they're going to have, you know, to their actual kit to reminisce from their Final Fantasy. So Noctis coming in at a 5-star base, going up to 6-star, obviously from the new game Final Fantasy 15, the main character, the big daddy boy. His TM is Ring of Lucy, I think is what it's called, or Lucy, I think. Sorry, I don't actually know how to pronounce the last one there. I'm going to say Lucy. It has Magic plus 3, Spirit plus 3, and then you're going to gain 3 abilities, okay? And it's an amazing TM, first off. You're going to gain Alterna, which is a huge magic damage hitting ability. Its multiplayer is massive. It has Ignore Spirit on it, but again, just like Ignore Defense, we'll talk about that in his unit spotlight. It is a flat, like, multiplier increase. It doesn't matter who you're fighting. So Alterna is mad damage, magic damage, which is awesome. Then you have this ability Death. You can cast that, which is essentially you're going to be able to cast Death, have a 30% chance, I think, to have somebody die, and then it's going to do physical damage anyway, and you're going to recover a certain amount of that physical damage. So insane. And then you have Holy, which is a passive, which is pretty much you have a chance to counter back with a move Holy and do damage back. So like if somebody hits you and you have this ring on, you're just going to cast Holy back at a certain percent chance. So great TM. In the Japanese version, obviously we knew Noctis would be better, and in the Japanese version, that ring literally has plus attacks 30% and magic by 30%. So like that ring is super, super OP in JP, and I don't know how they're going to change our Noctis to match up to the Noctis of the JP version when we get that far in the game. So just look forward to that. This could even become more powerful. I don't know if they'll actually buff a TM, though, which is why it's really strange that they nerfed a TM. So again, we're in global. That's why I don't like to talk about the Japanese things, because you can already see they're changing things. We have no idea how it's going to go. Thing about Noctis is he is a weapon master of all kinds. He's like Gilgamesh, and that's how he is in the game, right? He wields so many weapons. I mean, you can he has weapon masteries. It's called Power of the Kings, but essentially it's weapon masteries for swords, large shields, throwing weapons, guns, katanas, and spears. They're all going to give him a plethora of different attack boosts, but the ones I think you should focus on are the katana, obviously because of the blade mastery, and it's the one that boosts up attack here, and then the great sword boosts up attack the most out of all of these boosts, and you know, you want to throw an Excalibur probably on a more Deathbringer. So I think you should build this guy. He is hybrid. He has some hybrid abilities, but I think he should be built as a pure physical damage dealer. I mean, I can't go over all these abilities. He has so many, but I will have a unit spotlight out soon. He just has things that like are so flavorful, like Link. He's going to increase the attack and magic to all allies by 30%, and he's going to do physical damage. The reason why this is so great is because in the game, you know, he'd link up with a buddy, and they'd both team up and just beat the shit out of somebody. Like, that's so flavorful. He has comeback, so he's going to be able to heal somebody with 100% raise, which is insane, right, guys? Like, all these abilities are just broken as hell. Like, so in the game, you know, one of his allies would be hurt, and he'd come over and like tap him on the back, and be like, let's go, buddy, and then they'd wake up and get ready to fight again. So flavorful, right? Like, it's amazing. He even has the ability Point Warp, which in the game, if you guys remember, where, you know, you throw your weapon and dash to it, and then he hangs there, and if he's hanging, he's recovering HP and MP, and then he comes down and does a strike, right? That's what it does in this game. It's going to jump in the air like Kane, then you're going to recover a set amount of HP and MP, then you're going to fall down and just do damage. Like, they did, this is an amazing character. Square Enix, Gumi, Elim, you guys nailed it. What else does he have? He has cover where he's going to heal and refresh MP to all allies, which is insane. So he's going to like help them be okay. Then he has 3 different hybrid abilities in Fire Flask, Blizzard Flask, and Thunder Flask. So he's going to be able to do elemental damage, and they all have great other effects added to them. Fire Flask, 2 status elements, random status elements, 30% chance to do that to all enemies. So it's going to do AoE damage, hybrid fire damage, and then you have 2 status elements going to be applied by 30% chance. Blizzard Flask, obviously ice hybrid damage. Then you have, you're going to reduce everybody's defense and spirit for 3 turns by 30%. So you're doing full break defense and spirit version of that. You know, the actual defense part of that. To all enemies for 3 turns, and then you're going to also do ice damage, which is insane, and then it's ice hybrid damage, and then you're going to do Thunder Flask, which is his last one, lightning hybrid damage, and then he has a, oh wait, sorry, the Blizzard one is the stop effect. Sorry, obviously Blizzard is ice, going to freeze you, so I apologize for what I just said. Blizzard is the one that's going to do 30% chance to stop all enemies, so it's going to be like they freeze, right, because you're doing Blizzard. Excuse me, please forgive me for what I just said. And then Thunder Flask is the one that's going to do the defensive spirit by 30% down, so he has a way to break people. Then, on top of all of these abilities we've talked about, his big bad ability is called Warp Break. Physical damage 2.5 times, and ignore defense 40%. And again, we'll talk about ignore defense in his unit spotlight. I'll teach you guys how that works, because I was taught from you guys how that works. And, you know, that's going to add to that multiplier, making it even stronger. And then it's going to decrease the attack and defense by 30% to one enemy. Like, he do everything. This guy is the jack of all trades, and normally you're like, oh, the jack of all trades, he sucks. No, this guy's broken. He's straight broken. I think he is the best character right now in Global when he comes out, and if he does get his upgrades, like, to match the Japanese version, I mean, the Japanese version is even going to have a better, ability to use. That we don't even have one of the abilities he's going to have, so we will get that probably with enhancements or something like that. And last but not least, we'll talk about the Limit Burst, which is phenomenal, probably the best Limit Burst in the game. It's actually going to surpass Cecil for me. It's going to essentially do Cecil's, you know, buff, attack, defense, magic, spirit, 50% at level 1, and then you can go up to 74% if you level up the Limit Break all the way up. But then it's going to do 8 times multiplier physical damage to one enemy. That is an insane multiplier. If you get it all the way up, it's going to be 11.6. Guys, I love it. It's amazing. Now, it does take a lot of time to actually fill up his Limit Burst. It's a huge Limit Burst gauge, so he's going to fill it up way slower than other people, and he doesn't have a way to increase his actual Limit Burst fill rate, so there's that. And I'm sorry, I know this isn't my unit spotlight, but I'm just so hyped, and I want to make sure you guys understand that this character is one of the best designed, most OP, most, like, flavorful, just one of the best characters I've ever seen in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and I'm just so excited they did such a good job. And if you guys get a chance to pull, Noctis will be in the pool forever, I do believe, so you don't have to worry about not being able to pull him later, so he'll be there. He is a 5-star base, going to be really, really hard for you, but overall, he's amazing if you get him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this banner review. Should you pull in this banner? Fuck yes. What did you say? Yeah, fuck yes, you should pull in this banner. If you need a physical damage unit, but even if you don't, and some of these physical damage units are going to be upgrades to you, let's talk about the banner as a whole. You get a tank that is a 3-star base that has a pretty decent TM and becomes 6-star later, so you're future-proofing yourself if you don't have Cecil or Warrior of Light already. Next up, you get Mercedes, who has an amazing TM, a 125 water elemental axe, and then a really, really good physical damage dealer. You know, one of the best. Not one of the best, but it's a medium tier, so it's still strong. If you pull it, you're going to be happy about it. Then you can get Chizuru, which is one of the top physical damage dealers, and has one of the best physical damage dealing TMs in the game. Boom, so not sad about that. And then you have Noctis, which I do believe is the best unit in Global. I would say by far, due to the fact that he can just do everything in his kit that you would ever want, and he doesn't sacrifice anything to do it. Excuse me. He doesn't sacrifice anything to do it, and I'm just so excited for this banner. So if you guys should pull, yes, you know how the lightning banner was like lightning is bait. Noctis isn't bait here because Noctis is amazing, just like lightning. They're both amazing, but everything else on this banner is amazing, so that's what makes it free-to-play friendly, that if you don't get this 5-star unit, you can still get other great units and be happy about it. If this video helped you guys out, give it a thumbs up, comment down below how OP Noctis is for you, or how happy you are to be pulling on this banner, and subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys later. Damage. So I do believe Glint is the go-to single-target move for Chizuru, and then we also have another single-target move that she has, which is Dismissal. It's going to do 2.1 multiply factor physical damage, and has a 30% chance to stop an opponent.